All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today, we are going to take a look at Rakdos Vampires. One, I haven't played this in forever, but two, really, if you're thinking about something that's going to be rotation proof or rotation ready, well, it should just be the thing that most of the cards come out of two sets, right? So let's try it. Let's put it together and see what's up. I think it actually has a chance, and we'll see how good it is. Because I don't really know. Like I said, we haven't addressed this in a few months, so we're going to hop right in and find out. I want to take a second to say thanks to those new members that have joined the channel for the benefits we're offering. Extra videos, get your stuff featured here, get some deck help, whatever, lots of options, check that out. Also, if you want to protect your stuff with quality gear, check out shop.ultapro.com/PowrDragn. Use promo code PowrDragn and you can save 5%. Okay, so getting into this deck. Like we said, most of these cards are going to come basically out of the two Innistrad sets, right? Because they're the ones that have all the vampires. The question is, can we do enough with this deck? You really need to be doing a couple of things. So first, you're red and black, so you got to have some quality removal. Then you also need to be able to play the long game, right? Because you know there's going to be meat hooks and all the sweepers and whatever. So we got to have some mechanisms to help us around that. And then it's just, can we be aggressive enough, right? Because we have to be able to stand toe-to-toe with the other aggro decks. So there's a few things. So if you're wondering kind of why the numbers are what we've chosen here, that's what we're trying to solve for. So starting at the top, it's obvious we're playing Voldaren Epicure. There's no way we're not going to play this. We're building also partially around the blood tokens, so this is actually very big for us as well. So we want to go ahead and maximize this. Also Voltage Surge, right? If we're playing at many blood tokens anyway, let's use the thing that's going to let us take advantage of them. For Infernal Grasp. This is one of the best removal cards we can play next to the Voltage Surge in this deck, so we're just going to roll with it. Now, there may be something else down the road, but for now, this is going to be our choice. And then we're going to talk about Voldaren Bloodcaster, because this is a card I think if you haven't played Vampires, even if you have, you may not even have considered this card. Because most people playing Vampires have been playing the Grixis Vampires, right? Splashing blue and whatever. And I think that personally is just, while some of those cards are solid, they feel just a bit too slow and too gimmicky against a lot of the other decks, and they don't fly or anything else, which you get the advantage of with the Bloodcaster. However, if we're already going to be maxing the blood tokens, then this can get to being a big 3/3 very easily, if not bigger, and it can also give us a bunch of flyers after the fact. The other thing to remember about this card too is that you can just stack blood tokens, and then when this shows up later, it starts turning the blood tokens into bats. So you don't even necessarily have to blow up those early, which is a big deal. So just something to think about there. Then we're only playing two Bloodthirsty Adversary. And this is probably a mistake, but this is partially because I want to try out a couple of things. So for now, we're just playing a couple of them. One of those things we want to try out is Sanguine Statuette. Because remember how I mentioned that we wanted to have something to survive those sweepers and whatnot? Sanguine Statuette allows us to do that because your board gets wiped, but you still have this sitting on the table. Also, there's some other cool things with Statuette you get as a bonus, right? You can, at instant speed, you can dig to maybe find a card, or you can sacrifice to Voltage Surge one of your blood tokens, and that still counts as sacrificing a blood token, even though you don't sacrifice it to its own ability. So then you get to kill something and then get a 3/3 blocker, right? So you get to kind of get some combat tricks your opponent has to stay aware of, which is also very good for us. Then, of course, Blood Tithe Harvester. This shows up in almost every deck that plays black and red these days, so not really a surprise, but it does produce blood tokens. And with the number of blood tokens we can produce, you can normally kill something that's really, really big. So we love that here. Then Vampire Socialite. I'm not huge on this card, and weirdly, it does pump our team, but if it were to get cut, I would totally understand. However, I will say the fact that it has Menace is not irrelevant in this deck. Because there's going to be a lot of times that your opponent's going 1-to-1, blocking here and there, and just being able to get 2 or 3 or 4 damage through is going to be very big with these. So, love this card in that sense. But overall, if we just come up with something better, this is probably one of the first candidates for a cut. Maybe even just playing 3 of them instead of 4. Now we're playing 3 Falkenrath Forebear, and believe it or not, this is a card I really do like in this list. I've played this in one of the early Vampire builds I put together, and I'm a big fan of this card for a lot of reasons. The first is when you're talking about things like Meat Hook or whatever, this is a 3/1 flyer that just keeps coming back, right? And every time it connects, it makes another blood token. So as long as you just have one other one on the table, you're going to get to keep getting this card back over and over and over. Having those blood tokens also fuels your Sanguine Statuette, right? Can also help you get a bigger creature out of the way with the Blood Tithe Harvester. maybe even give you that 5th one you need to flip your Bloodcaster. So this just producing those blood tokens is going to be very good here. So I like that a lot. And then we're playing 2 Heroes Downfall. I'm not really sure we need the downfalls or not, but there's been a lot of times where I kind of just like, do we need another removal? And sometimes I'd rather start with more and scale back than like start with fewer and try to find ways to squeeze them in the deck. So we're just starting with 2 of them now. Does let us get rid of Planeswalkers since we don't really have another way to do that. Though Voltage Surge for 4 oftentimes can kill one. Sometimes you just want that guarantee, and this does that. And then we have Florians. We're playing 2 of these. Florian's just all right. I mean, it's usually better if you get a Socialite situation going on where you turn Florian into a 4/4 first striker. That's usually where you want to be. But even as a 3/3 first striker, it's not bad. And we have enough ways to often clear the path or even use a Vault Surge so whatever blocks it dies to the first strike damage. There's a few different things you can do there. And then we're trying 2 Evelyn the Covetous. And I'm not 100% sold on Evelyn either, but it is a flash creature, so you don't have to dedicate to the board if you think a sweeper's coming. It can give you excess cards to play from your opponent's side as well. There are some benefits to this card. I don't want to undersell it. I mean, it is reasonable, but we are shorting ourselves on other cards. You know, we're talking about adversaries, statuettes. Maybe we should be playing more of those. Don't really know. Now, I will tell you something that's with the lands. We've got 8 each of Swamps and Mountains and 4 each of Bloodfell Caves and Haunted Ridge. I'm going to say this. I know that we're missing the Voldaren Castle or whatever it is, right? The reason being, I didn't want to play... I wasn't sure how many I wanted to play yet, right? Because we do have a reasonable number of spells we want to cast in this deck, and we need the colored mana, right? Because you don't want to be short not being able to cast a Vault Surge or a Grasp or a Downfall or even a Sanguine Statuette, really, in some cases. So we'll talk about it at the end of the video because we do want to add some number of them. But the experiment here is I just wanted to see, do these cards work at all? So I want to give them the maximum opportunity to do what they're trying to do. Once we have that information, we'll talk about basically how many quote-unquote colorless lands we can take the risk on playing, right? So, just like our last video, we're going to let y'all watch the games, and at the end of the games, we're going to talk about what we would make to change, keep, whatever in this list, and what cards from Dominaria that we know of so far, because there's still some we don't know about, that we would potentially add to this list. So y'all go enjoy the games, and I'll catch you with some updates at the end of the video. I mean, yeah, I guess we keep it. I mean, this sort of feels like a why not keep it sort of a thing. I guess we'll go with Sanguine Statuette here. Wow. That's fine. I guess we'll give them... I don't know what we're up against. We'll do that. It's fine. They might just be playing heavy discard here anyway. But if so, is what it is. Nothing we're really going to do about it. Alright. There's a chance we may just have to discard this Downfall. Oh, nope. They're going to kill our Bloodcaster. They are going to kill the... Oh, they're actually doing it the hard way. That's not bad for us, to be honest. Huh. Okay. I was going to do something else, but... guess we'll go with this. I mean, they can always have another exile spell because they have all the exile removal. Sure, you get your pick of a couple things here, opponent. Excellent. We will be attacking. We'll play that. Alright. I mean, the funny thing is, if they were to get a black land, a Meat Hook for 1 is still a legit play there. Alright. Attacking. In the turn. I get to kill a land. I will use that for black mana. I will replace that with a swamp. Not that it really matters here, I don't think. We will crack one of these before we move phases. Get rid of that. That doesn't really do us much good either. Opponent's at 7. I think we're looking for some way to try to advance this board, so let's see if we can just end it. Alright, that's not going to do us any good. Let's try once again. I mean, because I'm pretty sure that's a Doomscar there, so whatever. That's cute. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's fine, because we get to get the forebear back here. If they Doomscar, we get that back, and then we just hit them for 3. So there's really no reason to play anything here. I mean, if they just kill the forebear, then they're not killing the 2 things on the ground. Yeah, there's a Doomscar. I mean, you know. If you have a way to kill it, you got a way to kill it. Opponent says GG's. Alright. Yeah, we'll keep it. I don't know if this is a winning type hand, but, you know, depending on what we're up against, it's serviceable. Opponent's not casting anything here, so we're probably just going to get hit with a play with fire to the face. Usually what that means. Yep. Whatever they were looking for, they left it on top, so they found something of value. That is a little unfortunate, because they're going to play something next turn that we just can't kill. Alright. Well, I mean, here comes, could be a 4-4 here, which is going to be a real problem. Yeah, we need to draw an untapped red land at a minimum so we could play a blocker or even lead man up and be able to kill 2 things. But if not, this is going to get real scary. There's also a world too. Oh, they're just going to burn us. What? Whoa, that was not what I thought was going to happen. Wow. Okay. I guess we just pass. Now, the reason being is because we can still shoot something for 4 by sacrificing a blood token, and then, oh, the opponent just had the all burn hand. They might get us just with damage this way. And then we could still activate the statuette, so it'll be a 3-3. Okay, so Raiju, how do we want to go about this? Alright, we're going to give up the statuette either way here. I don't think it matters. Ooh, we don't even have to now. Target this. We will sack this. We get all the values. We will take the action, make that a 3-3. And then we block here. Oh, so good. Alright, we get to go first here. We will definitely keep this. Do a socialite this time, so that's kind of neato. Let's stick one of these harvesters. Start getting to work on these guys. Now, if they play something like a Jukai Naturalist here, what we'd really like to do is draw a red land so we could kill it, and then we can attack and then get the socialite active. It's asking for a lot, though. Okay, well, they're just going to keep a clear path. We will just get the socialite as a freebie. That's kind of nice. Oh, and they bottomed both, so they did get some of what they wanted here. Get some attack damage in there and go ahead and play this. Juice up the team. They're going to gain some life, which we don't like. Backside of that's not too big. It's only a 2-2. But let's see. If they're playing other enchantments, this is going to get annoying because they can slowly remove our creatures from play. Do, 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 do. Yep. That is a thing. That doesn't suck. Alright, so we attack with this. And then we do this. And then we do this. Alright, we got a team here, folks. Some 3/3s with Menace and a big 5/4 that can also just eliminate something, but we also have just Voltage Surge in hand. So yeah, we got cards that do stuff. Generous Visitor, sure. Gonna exile something, pump something. Oh no, actually, just play a Wedding Announcement, sure. That makes sense. All right. Oh, that's real good too. Okay then, I guess we shoot this while we can. And then we just attack. Yeah, that's fine. Does this have any real ability on it? It has First Strike, but that's alright. Sure, end the turn. Kind of holding on to this hero's downfall for something better. That doesn't change much, I don't think. Alright, you get to gain a life. That is going to get kind of annoying. But they can't really stop anything we're doing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, I guess if we draw one of our 1-drops that just pings the opponent. Oh, no, because those can still block. Do we want to get rid of something? Oh, we can't anyway, because that came out. Oh, that's cute. Alright, so if we attack, they end up can chump block here. They take 6, go to 6, but then they won't be able to draw a card. Then they're down to just what they draw and what's in hand? Sure, let's do it. If they draw, I don't know, Wandering Emperor or something, so be it. Okay. I mean, if you get us, you get us. Naturalist, sure. Third 7. Need to play something cheaper? Okay. Hey, that gains another life. That matters. And they get a card that they might be able to cast. I should have been more patient. Yep. That does make a difference. Oh, that does not help us. That does not help us. Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to... That says flash. We're going to just remove the 4/4, attack for 6. Opponent goes to 2. They still don't get to draw a card. So, yeah. And then we get to play a big Evelyn, I guess. Giving up a little bit of surprise value, but... Okay. Epicure is nice, so we have 1 point accounted for somewhere. Borrowed time, sure. I mean, that does matter. It keeps us from playing that extra point out of our hand, but they've got nothing else here. Yeah, their creatures get bigger, but then they just die to our Menace Duders. Excellent. I'll take it. Ooh. Yeah, we're still going to keep this. Just not as fluid of a hand as we would like. Kind of hoping the opponent doesn't do anything on 1, so we could just play this tapped and not worry about it. Because realistically, even if we draw an untapped land and we play that to leave Voltage Surge open, we still aren't doing anything on 2 because these are all going to be tapped on 2. Only way it wouldn't be is if we top decked another untapped land, but I'm not even sure we necessarily want that with what our hand looks like. We kind of want other things. Or, I was going to say, we may not even have an opponent, but it looks like we do. Wait, did the opponent go first and pass? Wait, so the opponent is there. Because, what? I don't think they would have kept the no land opener, right? I mean, that's so rare to get anyway in best of 1. Because of the hand smoothing thing. So, like, I don't... Yeah, I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'm really confused. I feel really stupid right now because I for real don't know what happened. Because the opponent definitely was going first because they chose to mulligan first. Then they were roping, but then they stopped the rope and passed. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they did just keep a no land. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I got nothing. All right, there's a pack leader, sure. This actually works out pretty nicely. As much as I would like to do this, I think we want to leave this up so we could respond to them trying to, like, Blizzard Brawl something or whatever. So let's do that. Even though getting some bonus action with the vampire would be great. Don't think we're in the situation to do that yet. In the turn. Though, once we get into a situation where we have 2 Bloodcasters, that's actually pretty sweet. We also do have to hope they don't have something to protect a creature as well, right? That's real. Because they just might. I think if they're going to attack with just 3, we just let it happen here. Take the 3. No blocks. And then, since they didn't try to fight something here, I'm going to assume they have a protective spell, but I'd rather them just use it now. Then maybe we find some other removal card. Because I don't think we're going to have a better spot, really. And then if they just don't have it, cool. But I can't imagine you keep a hand where you're passing on turn 1 and you don't have at least that. That would be weird. Yeah, that makes sense. Not really surprised by that at all. We're going to attack here. And then we're going to play... Enters the battlefield, an opponent lost life turn, put a plus and plus on it. As long as an opponent's lost life turn, each vampire under control. So either way, I'm only going to get an extra 1/1 on this. Alright, fair. Okay. Now, Blizzard Brawl or don't. They are going to get 2 cards, though. That is a real thing here. So we may consider blocking just to try to kill one of these and then get the blood tokens. Since they're not Blizzard Brawling anything. Not to say they don't possibly have one, but you know what? Let's see what you got. Instant speed fight spells? I mean, obviously you want to kill that first. Alright, it looks like they really don't have much of anything. This is a bit of a surprise, even after drawing 2 cards. Oh, we're going to kill a Bloodcaster now? Can't blame you if you do. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, there's the Blizzard Brawl. I was wondering. That was about to be a bit awkward. Ooh. Ooh, I don't hate that. I don't have a way to generate a blood token here, though. Let's go ahead and play this. And we'll attack. Maybe we find a removal card or something here. Ooh, an Epicure. And an adversary. I guess we'll just take the Epicure here. right. And now we get to start turning blood tokens into 2/2 bats. The opponent says, oh, no, we got plans. Wonder if they're just going to try to play their enchantment that, like, doubles creatures of power or whatever here. Because that would make sense, actually. Oh, invoke the ancients. All right, that's even more legit. I mean, obviously, one has to get reach, right? Oh, they both got reach. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, we have first strike. Probably not a good plan. Is this for combat damage? Look at the top X service. Total amount. So how much just total done? Okay, cool. Oh, I should have waited to see what we get first. Gosh dang it. All right. Yeah, that was a bad move. That was a bad move. I should have waited. Yeah. Oh, well, I wouldn't have been able to cast that anyway. All right. We would have been a mana short. So, fortunately, that didn't backfire as badly as it could have that time. Okay, Ranger class it is. They're going to pump. And attack with... nothing. I mean, they might just be looking to race us and just play off the top as well. You know, that wouldn't be the weirdest thing. I don't know if we can get past this at this point without drawing an actual removal spell. I think we're kind of in a little bit of trouble. We may need to actually crack some of these just to look for cards. I think is where we're at. All right. I mean, it's something. We get to ping the opponent. Convert one of these. No attacks. I mean, yeah, we'll take it. We hadn't played a land for the turn. All right. So there is a spot where if we do get a removal card, we just start sending everything into the opponent, right? Because we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you block a 4/4 and they take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and go to 4. I mean, all right. Chariot's annoying, but I mean, it does make another 4/5. But yeah, we need a removal card pretty serious here. Okay, that is a thing that could help. Let's think about this for a second. All right, so we're going to end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. They can block. The two biggest ones take 6 and go to 5. Then the grounders could block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You block 1, 2, 3, 4. You could block all the stuff on the ground. Though Florian would get to kill something, so that's worth noting. This is actually fairly difficult, and we still don't know what cards the opponent has in hand here because we haven't made them use anything. So I'm wondering, I mean, I guess we just go ahead and just make a bat and pass. Which feels weird, but maybe it's what we're supposed to do. I'm not gonna lie, I really want to attack and just put the opponent low here. Because here's, okay, they block, right? Let's say that's what happens. Block the two big things. Then they take 6, go to 5. We would kill one of these by just using this. They could, in some combination, make another one. So they would be able to block 2 things next turn. Well, they'd block this and 1. We'd only be able to attack for 4. We wouldn't be able to kill them either. We'd also get to look at a lot of cards here from Florian. That's the other part of this. I guess we await. No attacks. Sucks because they have a way to protect their chariot. I think it's going to get worse for us, but I'm not really sure there's a better answer. I mean, it just kind of is what it is here. I mean, it's a tough spot. Uvenwald oddity. Well, now. That only gets worse, doesn't it? I mean, I guess part of my question is, do we even care about trying to kill the chariot? I mean, I guess we gotta try it. Because, I mean, we're dead anyway. Like, if they can protect it, we die anyway. Yeah, it looks like they can. So we're gonna be in trouble. Oh, wait. It wasn't that. So maybe just they were able to activate other things. Ooh. Well, then, this is still within range. Okay. Now they have 1 less blocker than they had as well last time, possibly. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the ground. We've got 2 biggest blockers getting hit. 2, 4, 6, 8. Opponent goes to 3. Nothing on the ground would get through. I think we got to go for it. I mean, hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They would be able to flip this and everything else would have +1. That's actually kind of scary because everything would get trample and +1. Ugh, we would die to that, wouldn't we? Ugh, that's rough. All right, no guts, no glory. Risking it for the biscuit, y'all. Hopefully we find something great from the Florian hit, because we're going to need it. You know what? Maybe I should have cycled this first, because if we find, like... Yeah, I probably should have, because if we'd have found a... what's it called? Oh, wait, what? I was just thinking if we found an Infernal Grasp, that could have been pretty big here, actually. But opponent's blocking like that. And they're going to take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have all of our Epicures in play, so we know we don't have those as options. Yeah, all right. I mean, I guess that just happens. Okay, let's see what we find here. Oh, so many things. Ooh. Does this only give vampires? Vampires put a ++ on each other vampire we control, so that'd increase our creatures pretty significantly if they did flip the Uvenwald oddity. Would that help us? We'd then have 2, 4, we'd have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 defense against 4. That would be tapped 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 30 minus 13 is 17. We'd still be dead. So our best play really is, I mean, we could Evelyn. It's not any better. Do we just Voltage Surge? I guess we just Volt Surge here. We just have to kill the Uvenwald oddity. And just hope they don't have something, because They didn't have it last time to protect the chariot, so that's the plan. Okay, they didn't have it. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, we're going to end the turn. All right, I don't know what they could possibly have here, but we're 15, and I feel like we made a great comeback here, all things considered. Nothing has trample, so even if they double power, we're just going to chump block with a bunch of things. We've got 10 power worth of flyers they got to deal with. Vorinclex, you ain't it, my man. We can definitely defend against Vorinclex. Actually, Vorinclex can just hit us, and we'll just block everything else, I think. Because Vorinclex would get 2 counters and go to 10, which is a real number, actually. And we would have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, it doesn't kill us. I mean, the counters have to go on Vorinclex, or else it doesn't make sense otherwise. Yep. We just let Vorinclex just... Oh, he only goes to 8, not 10. So yeah, then we're not even close to dead. Alright. We block here. Block here. Block here. Block here. Block here. That's what you get for all the your go, opponent. Okay, we'll keep this. I mean, there's really no reason to get rid of this, especially if we end up playing against a creature deck. This seems more than fine. And picking up some mana for Florian or Forebears, that's also very good. Blades. We will kill Blades. Alright, Harvester. And we have a lot of things that are... Well, okay. Easy enough. Alright, we're going to keep this, I think. I say that with the utmost confidence of none. Yeah, I mean, usually when that happens, it means we're going to get something blown up. I'm not ready to get stuff blown up yet. So I'm going to play the Statuette, because you can't blow that up just yet. Then next turn, we'll be able to play either Harvester... Well, actually, we'll probably play Harvester and leave up mana for Volt Surge. So if they do kill our Harvester, we can still get max value out of the Surge and kill something big. And then that'll open up the door for Bloodcaster, potentially, and then we'll see what happens. We're definitely taking 2 here. It's always this, right? If you don't play a thing, they just hit you for 2. It's going to be a play with fire. Come on, opponent. Don't make me a liar. I wonder if they don't have a lot of removal, though. Truthfully, that might be the reason. Because if you don't have a lot of removal, I could totally see wanting to hold on to it. I would totally get it. Okay, they hit us with it anyway. They decided it was worth it. After all that deliberation, they did leave a land on top. Sometimes the scry is important and works out. Alright, what do you got? Nothing. Ooh, another Volt Surge. Kind of nice, though. Alright, well, it looks like they might have another removal. That's okay, though. Now, we could get in here with the Statuette, but we're not. We're just going to pass. Because as we saw in an earlier game, there's some combat trickery we can do here if we keep the Statuette around. It's definitely an asset we don't want to just waste. Totally fine with that going away. Now, the downside here is when usually, in our experience, when we've seen the Boros Aggro decks kind of play like this, it often means that they have a bunch of removal spells. I don't know how true that is, but we'll see. They're down to 3 unknown cards, and that's pretty good for us. We did draw a little light here. Didn't get a 4th land, but that's kind of okay. I mean, if they just want to off our creatures, they just get to off our creatures. Do we want to blow up that last blood token here? I think we do. Yeah, Yeah. It just means we're kind of relegated to trying to defend against Raijus and stuff. But, well, our hand says it doesn't matter anyway, so here we go. In the turn. Sadly, it is nighttime, but we have instant speed removal, so we're not really worried about that coming down and happening. Because of the deck we're up against, we will just kill this and take 3. Just so it's a non-issue. Alright, we'll attack. Would like to find some bodies, though, deck. We can only defend for so long. We might end up having to get rid of the statuette altogether. I mean, are we going to take 5 here? I mean, I guess we are. I mean, not a lot we can do about it. We need some threats of our own. That is one way to start getting some threats. We like that. Alright, end the turn. I mean, they might just be looking for a land into the bugbear here. Yeah, killing that's fine. It also gives us a a blood token that we can use with our statuette or the Vault Surge, which is also good. So we don't hate that. That can help us close the clock in the right scenarios. Oh, they had another removal. Boo! But that does mean we can just get this back. So I guess that's what we're going to do. Decline. We don't need to activate that. Alright, not bad, not bad. In the turn, that should keep the opponent at bay for the most part. We got a decent amount of life here. Cathar again. We're going to take 5 again. Still worth it. When we go to 6, we're not really at risk with the Vault Surge and 2 artifacts in play. Now, if they protect it, that sucks. Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. Though, that means it'll flip, and then we can just shoot it with this anyway. It means we won't get to attack for 3, but that's okay. It's not worth us taking the other 3 here to kill it. So sure, it resolves. We just shoot that guy. Alright. Can we survive 6 damage here? We attack for 6. The opponent goes to 5. We'd have to find another artifact. Let's go ahead and use this, actually. We will take the action. Oh, that was not good. The thing is, though, we do connect and get to make another blood token here. So that does matter. It means we can activate this. Yeah, that should be game then. Yeah, because if they attack us, that's only going to be 4. We're going to go down to 2 and we get to attack for 6. Whoo, buddy. Good one. Yep, GG's. That was good stuff. Discard that. We will take the action. Good thing, too. Oh, excellent. Okay, we could go first. Yeah, we'll keep this. Get us some Epicure action. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't even mind drawing another red land here. Hey, there you go. Give us maximum options. Mostly because we don't know what we're up against, and I like having the ability to still kill something instead of just having this up. Concealed curtains. Well, you're just going to have some concealed curtains, let me tell you. Ooh. That makes this decision a lot more difficult. Alright. We attack. They get to block 1, obviously. This becomes a 3/4. Yeah, okay, sure. And then we end the turn. So anything they get to remove here is kind of interesting. Oh, they're just going shakedown heavy. Well then. I think we just kill the shakedown heavy right now. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, we just attack. Actually, you know what's interesting? It's actually not worth it for us. We actually have to play this. Otherwise, a meat hook for 2 wipes our whole board. And this at least gives us a 3/3. I actually don't like that, but I think it's correct. As dumb as that is, meat hook kind of dictates our play there. Because I could totally see a meat hook for 2 happening. Like, the only downside is, had we played the caster, we'd have had a bunch of blood tokens here, but that's not really enough to do anything. Yep. Oh, that doesn't help us. Oh, so now we get caught in a spot here. We either... I guess it's got to be Harvester. Alright. This kind of forces the opponent's hand, though, in a way. Either they're going to have to kill our Harvester, or they're just going to go for our hand here. They might do both if they have a land, but I think this is where they're at. But I don't know if that means they want to even... Oh, they're going to soul transfer. Alright, that's a thing. Alright, deck. Any chance we can find the missing card? That would be great. Am I going to actually discard a Bloodcaster here? That sounds gross. I don't think I am. Okay, that was good. That could have ended up way worse. What are we looking to do here? I guess we just pass. See if we can get them to activate Concealed Curtains here, and then maybe we try to kill it. Edgar. That's way more annoying. Alright, well, don't have much choice. Killing Edgar is fine and all, but it doesn't really do anything. I think this is just that part where things are going to be rough for us. Yeah, don't think we have a real good comeback mechanism here. We could clear some damage for a couple of turns. That might be all we could really pull off. I mean, opponent's got a meat hook here. We're just toast. Double blocking doesn't do enough for us. Yep, I think we're just up against it. Yeah. Try to attack. I mean, what else are we gonna do? Here comes the Wandering Emperor. Yep. Alright. Alright, we will keep this one. Okay, let's open up with an Epicure against another black-white deck. Because those are fun. Alright, we'll attack. Let's go with this, I suppose. I mean, whatever is probably about to get Vanishing Burst, but, you know. Nope, not even. They said no need. We are not concerned with such things. Skullport Merchant. Solid. Is it worth it for us to try to kill the Merchant here? Like, maybe? I guess at least if we do this, we can get another deal here. So that kind of helps. All right. No, it was not a meat hook for one. I was thinking that might actually be the play for them there. Sure. Well, sadly, I think we want that duder dead. I think we know that much for sure. So, as much as I don't like it, let's go ahead and kill one of these. We will discard a swamp. Get in there and attack. And I think we go ahead and do this. I mean, if you got it, you got it, right? Meat hook for one, still devastating a bit. But then we just try to do 4-bear actions the rest of the game. Evoke Despair is not so bad. I mean, we can sack the thing we can just get back. Though it is more damage we're giving up. So maybe I should have just sacked the Epicure. Truthfully, I probably should have sacked the Epicure. Just keep the 5 damage fighting. Would have been smarter. Truly. This is a bit interesting. What are we gonna do here? Guess we just attack for 1. End the turn. Alright. You get the target, and then we'll go ahead and pay. Now, they can be crafty and kill... Oh, no, because they've already targeted, so it wouldn't matter. Never mind. But here's the difference, though, right? Had we got rid of the Epicure and this was already in play, we'd already attacked for 3 more damage. Opponent's at 10, and that really does change the whole complexion of what's happening here. So that's not to be understated, for sure. This is also an interesting thing, because there's no way for them to gain life at the moment. Oh, that's not true. They gain 2 whenever they attack. If we play this, kill that, get this. They can block 2. We don't have any spells to play back, because they got rid of our other thing. So, block 2, take 3, 4, 5, 6. Kill probably the caster. But they're at 7. I don't know. Alright, I don't think I want to. I think I'm just going to do this. I don't know why, I just feel like that's more correct to do here. And I think maybe there's a world where, like, we end up having to kill the glutton here. We give up the mountain. Maybe, if we're lucky, even if they sweep the board, we get back the 4-bear. Top deck of land to use the Bloodthirst adversary. I don't know. Trying to formulate scenarios that can at least give us a shot, you know? Alright. Let's kill this. We know we've got to discard a card. But this keeps their life total within range. So now we can get an attack with these. And if the 4-bear comes back, we can get another attack. And that should put us real close. Can't quite kick that and have it have real value yet. Now, none of this... like the opponent could just as well get a... Oh. Okay, I was thinking like Vanishing Burst. That's actually a lot less scary. Though this does put them at 6, which does buy them more time. They put both on the bottom. Alright. So opponent goes to 6. If we get this back into play, that's 5, and this is 1. So we don't want to toss this. We do have Infernal Grasper. Maybe we just don't do anything here in the turn. Maybe we just wait. Tergrid doesn't help the opponent here. Yeah, the attack, we're definitely not blocking. We're going to go ahead and get this back. Forebear really came through this game. Take our turn. We get to attack for 5 with flyers. And then we get the opponent for the last point. Oh, so well done. So well done. I don't even know. Like, there's days where we do this and I'm like, okay, this deck will be all right. And what do we lose? Once or twice? Like, I don't even understand, but it worked. So good news. Ta-da! If you want to play vampires, apparently you can. But not just that, I think it did answer all the things we wanted to answer. It checked all the right boxes. I do think we can cut back one of the socialites. I think we can also cut out the 2 Evelynns. Now, that being said, it does open up some other spaces. I don't know if that means we want another statuette, if we want another adversary. I think there's some things to be discussed there. It's probably going to be more personal preference. If you think we're going to be in a world of more sweepers and whatnot, then I say go ahead and go with more of the statuettes. If you think you're going to be needing to fight more aggro decks or whatever, then go ahead and play the adversary, because then you can reuse your removal that's gone to the graveyard. So I think that's just going to be a metagame shift and a metagame call overall. But as cool as Evelynn is, I just don't think we really need it with the way the rest of the deck was functioning. Now, as we mentioned earlier, we will go ahead and play Voldaren Estate. I think the deck can support 2 of them. So I would go ahead and just cut 1 mountain and 1 swamp and go ahead and play 2 of those. And the real thing I think we were missing in some of those games is just the ability to produce an extra treasure, or I keep saying that, a blood token is actually the best thing for us here, because even just if we're doing that every other turn, just generating those blood tokens to get back a creature or kill something that's bigger, or even just search for a card we're looking for late, being able to, you know, flip your bloodcaster and start making bats, whatever it is, right? We can do so much with that. So we do want at least a couple of them in the deck, and I think that's the right call. Also on lands, we are getting Sulphur Springs in Dominaria United. Obviously that goes right in the deck again. I think you just cut 2 mountains and you cut 2 swamps, and that's going to solve that problem there. So that's going to make your mana a lot better. Now, I will say, now that we've made these changes though, adding in stuff like that, you do come back to deciding if you want to play a land that comes into play tapped all the time or not. Now granted, it does gain us 1 life, so it's something worth considering, but I would possibly just cut that land in the end, unless we just feel like we just want as many multi-lands as possible. I'm going to leave that up to you. I'm probably cutting them out of my final version, but I could totally understand if you want to leave them in. Now that does only really leave a few cards that we know of today. Now admittedly, these are not the final choices, but from what we know with the set so far, I think you can go ahead and decide if you don't want to add extra cards. Let's say you don't want to add in another adversary or those statuettes or whatever, you could fill those spots with Pilfer, actually, and I think that's actually a really good choice. Mostly because Pilfer is going to get rid of those problematic cards, going to get rid of the meat hooks, the planeswalkers, whatever that you're worried about dealing with. And it is only 2 mana, only 1 colored mana. I think that's actually a pretty reasonable choice there. Or could even get rid of other big problematic cards depending on what it is you're worried about. But it's pretty flexible, and I think it supports this deck very well. So I would say consider that if that's something in the new set you're looking for, and it shouldn't be hard to get your hands on it. One of the other cards I was looking at is Warhost Frenzy, and the reason is that it's one of the few cards that actually has a cost and a kicker that are friendly colors. So many of them seem to have enemy colors. In this case, they happen to be the 2 colors we're playing in the deck. Now, one, being able to give all your creatures +2/+0 is already really powerful, but as a defense mechanism, you can also kick it, and then if your creatures die that turn, you actually get to draw a card for each creature that dies. So I think that's actually pretty fantastic too, to give you a way to kind of recoup your losses, if you will. So that's another thing you can consider playing, especially if you end up playing a best of 3. You could swap out these for other things depending on what the scenarios are that you're going up against. So if you had fun with today's deck, or you were surprised by it, or you're just looking for more decks you can play going into the rotation, check out this playlist I've got over here, because we have now 16, 17 decks you can go through and be ready to go right when Dominaria hits. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.